Today we're going to visit using cat eye. This particular cat eye is a double rhythm. I really enjoy their cat eyes. This is color MC1025. And we're going to use our Venalisa Black as a base. As I've said in other videos, this one cures great, even though it's a black and it's a heavy color. It does seem to cure well without bubbles or being still a gel underneath and not solid. It does cure solid, as you can see. It is a heavy black. I usually cover the entire nail with just one coat. The reason we were putting the black underneath our cat eye, A, you can see it better, and B, this is the look we're going for. So we're going to cure that black for a full 60 seconds. I have just a regular top coat here. I do use Beetle's top coat. I do have some other ones that I use too. This is one of my favorite as far as matte goes. I do like this one. It comes in a nice big bottle. And that matte cures extremely well. I've got other matte coats I've used. The Born Pretty. It's not a bad matte coat. I've used it before. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and use these. So Double Rhythm makes a really wonderful cat eye. And you have cat eye in almost any brand. This one is more of a sparkly, as you can see. It actually has small sparkles in it. Some of the cat eyes are a more flat cat eye. They don't really have those kind of sparkles. I've got one here that's a Honey Girl. I bought these years and years ago. And the Honey Girl is a very, very pretty cat eye. As you can see, it's a more finer sparkle to it. And that kind of determines the way your cat eye is going to look also. So once you do your base, you're going to go ahead and take your base. Make sure it's good. We're going to go ahead and put some cat eye on there. And I do recommend you put a pretty good amount. It depends on what kind of pattern you're looking for. But for this demonstration here, we're going to go ahead and put a good amount on there. That way you're able to see what the cat eye does. And the black underneath, like I said, is just a personal preference. You can use any color underneath. Most of the time when you play the cat eye, you will see the color underneath. So for this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and use my magnets. This is usually the magnet you get as one. All I've done is stick two of them together, mainly because my entire drawer is just full of them. This is also just kind of a round magnet, and I thought I would just show you. So with this magnet, you push. So basically, you're pushing, but as you see, as I pull the magnet down, the cat eye kind of follows it. Pull it down, the cat eye follows it. So if you want the look of just the cat eye in the middle, you're going to kind of push that the metal flakes that are in there around. And you can push it down if you want just the tip of your nail. And like I said, cat eye is one of those things that's great because you can play with it over and over again. So long as you don't put it in the light, it is not cured. Once you put it in the light, it becomes permanent. Obviously, the cat eye and the metallic pieces in there will not be movable. But if you haven't put it in the light yet, you're good. And sometimes you need to pull the magnet away, because if you leave it in here, let's say you don't pull it away, you'll have a different look. Sometimes leaving the magnet on longer create a different pattern. So as you can see, I'm just pushing these little metallic pieces that are in the nail polish around. Now, let's say you had a pattern, you messed it up, and you want to go back to that pattern. I'm going to go ahead and use just the two magnets so you can see those. It's super easy to start over again. Just take a little bit of cat eye. You don't need a whole bunch on your brush. Go ahead and brush it. And it just kind of gets all the metallic pieces back to where they were originally. Again, with the two magnets, you're going to have a north and a south. So you're going to push with one. And I find these magnets make some really beautiful patterns. So this one is more of a push. As you see, it pulls it in also. You see how it's playing with it? We're going to flip it over. Like I said, I probably use the two magnets here more than anything else. I have more fun with those, playing with those. And two, when you leave it on there a little longer, different things happen. As you can see, you can actually play with it enough that you can make some pretty cool patterns there. Bring it down low, further away. You're pulling the magnets. You're pulling the metal pieces there that are in the nail polish. Actually pulling those down. Push, pull, push, pull. Like I said, you can make some really cool patterns. I usually use these two magnets probably more than anything else. Just because of the looks I prefer with some of my designs. I'm going to push that off that edge a little bit more here. Now cat eye will look different in different lights too. Like when you go outside it'll look different. But as you can see in this one, oops, it's kind of right in the middle, and now I just dropped it, so that side is messed up. But you get the gist of it anyway. So, you know, make sure that you're playing with it enough that you are proficient before you go getting aggravated and mad. There is a definite learning curve to these. Cat eye is not exactly easy. I'll show you this other magnet that often comes with them. This is just a flat magnet here, and it has a little round one on this end. And this one's the same way. You just kind of push it around or pull it, however you prefer. You know, if you want a super shiny nail, you're going to want to kind of, what we say, charge the nail. You're going to pull all those magnet pieces to one area. As you can see, you can get a pretty sparkly nail. And using the other side of the magnet will do a different thing. Kind of see that really good there when I'm playing with it this way. You guys see how it charges the nail. And then your little round one, of course, makes really cool patterns too. You can bring it in, leave it for just a few seconds, and you're clear. So if you wanted to do just the tip, you could do that. The ideas are just endless with this. Cat eye is definitely something fun to play with. As kids, we used to have magnetic toys. Now you can see you've kind of done a little bit of a French tip. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and don't be afraid to play with these. Like I said, if you screw it up and you can't seem to figure out where all the metallic pieces have gone, go ahead and redo it. I mean, let's start over again. There's nothing that says that you have to cure it until you're happy with it. And definitely, before you get angry and say on Amazon or wherever you buy some of your products, before you say, oh, it doesn't work, it's a piece of junk. Okay, it's probably your magnet. So the stronger magnets will do cooler things. And they also always stick together too. Now, if you can't get it to do what you want it to do with the magnets you have, maybe possibly find another magnet. I've used magnets off the fridge before. You can basically use any magnet. This is metal pieces in the nail polish that's being manipulated into these patterns. It's kind of cool. We can do one across. We're going to push all of this. We're going to do like a cross ways. I'm going to flip it over, see what kind of pattern we get with this side. Let's make kind of a crossways feature there on that nail. Kind of cool. Once you have it the way you want it, you're going to cook it in your light for 60 seconds. That makes it permanent. The magnets will not have any more effect on it. So do keep that in mind, that once you've got it the way you want it, 60 seconds in your light and you're good to go. Some of them don't use a top coat on, others I do. This particular brand, the Double Rhythm, I will check it when it comes out. I'm pretty certain that it probably requires a top coat. I know that I've got some of this all over me here. This is just a nail white. We sell tons of these, probably millions of these. And I've got acetone in a little bottle. That's what you hear in the background here. Works great. You can leave it open. Your acetone doesn't evaporate. And you just push it down. So basically, This one's so old it's getting stuck. Basically, it puts a little puddle of acetone there, which is, of course, nail polish remover. And now your nail's finished. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe the top of it here. I'll get a little bit of acetone. Let's see how it turns out. I'm pretty sure once you wipe that top layer off, the Double Rhythm doesn't really require a top coat. And it's still pretty sticky. I personally would put a top coat on it. I use my trusted Beetles top coat here. I'm going to do half in shiny and half in matte, so you can kind of see the difference here. And of course, the shiny just brings out all the sparklies. And the matte coat will look sparkly until we cook it in the light. And again, use this brand of matte. You can use any brand you want. This particular bottle's about gone. I find this matte in this big bottle is just fabulous. I do a lot of chrome work, and as you'll see in one of my other videos, this works really good for chrome work. Okay, so the bottom half is going to be matte. We're going to stick it in the light for 60 seconds. My nails are so funny. Every time I put them in the light, they glow. So we have a top coat that's shiny, no white, and we have a top coat that's matte, so you'll be able to see both. Again, for this tutorial, I used the, gosh, I could clean it up some. All of my products I use a lot. This is the Double Rhythm. This particular one is MC1025. I've got quite a few of theirs. I also have a red, I've got a purple, beautiful silver. Picked up one that's like a pink color. Wasn't really happy with it. Changed magnets and I'm much happier. This is red. Beautiful red color. And that same brand. I'm not even sure how you pronounce this, but these make beautiful ones also. So not only do I have the Double Rhythm, I've got these. Now these are really thick. I'll show you the difference here. You can see the matte kind of makes it soft and velvety. The shiny, of course, brings out all the shiny in it, but you can still see it through the matte. It's quite pretty. I'm going to do a couple of these here. I'm not going to put any color underneath them. I'll just do the cat eye by itself. This is a beautiful red. Some of these I've had for a long time. So my cat eye is new, so my cat eye is quite a few years old. And you can do cat eye if you like doing like the negative space nails where you can see underneath. Once you move the cat eye around, of course, with the magnets, you are going to have a little bit of a negative space there. So again, we're going to just use this square one here. As you can see, some cat eyes are a little more brilliant than others. Some really just don't get super, super sparkly. I guess you say sparkly. Super shiny. And again, don't be afraid to play with the nails. Don't be afraid to play with the cat eye. If you have a little particular look in mind that you're thinking of and you can't get it to do it, don't get frustrated. Try a different magnet. This is just a cheap magnet that comes with it. Okay, that's the red. It's kind of hard to see without that base color on there. These little magnets stick to everything. They're enough to drive you crazy. We can try this purple. We got a beautiful purple here. And that is also that same brand. And theirs are pretty thick. I have to say they are pretty thick. So probably one coat would probably do it. You can do multiple coats of cat eye too. You can have cat eye going like 2 different directions. So if you have a design you're doing and you're not quite getting the look you want, go ahead and do one layer and go ahead and cure it with your design however you did it, and then do another layer, maybe with the cat eye going opposite direction. There's so many different things you can do with the cat eye. It really is quite fun when you get messing around with this stuff. And you can kind of see that one. This one is a little more subtle. By putting the base coat underneath there, you're making it really, really stand out. And I'll show you the difference here in a second. So let's say we're pushing this one more towards the inside. Maybe going to do some decorative work with some chrome. But you can see you can make all sorts of interesting designs with those magnets. And again, you can play all day long. So this one is cured, super tacky top coat. The inhibition layer, we're going to get that off of there. And this one's actually better. It is still a little tacky. I'm going to show you the difference. This is what it looks like with no base. I'm going to show you really quick what it looks like with black underneath it. So you'll be able to see the difference. You can also use white too as a base. You don't have to always use black. I'm going to put this nail upside down. And I'm painting underneath because obviously I've already got the cat eye on there. You can't paint underneath the cat eye because it's already on there. And you can paint the base of a nail. Nothing says you can't. They're your nails. Okay, I'm going to put this in the light. And basically what this is going to show you, this is the difference between no base color and a base color when you're using the cat eye. And you can use cat eye in small amounts. You can like do little droplet type things. You can, oh my goodness. Options are just endless. Thinking of some of the crazy things I've done with it. I'll show you the difference here too, by the way. I'll do another layer of cat eye on top of this one. Let's go right over that mat. We already have one going down there. So let's say we're going to go the opposite direction this time. Flip the magnet over. So as you can see, you can do lots of things with these. And sometimes it just requires you to hold the magnet. Now you've got a line going up the other way. And again, once you cure it, if you don't like it, you can always wipe it off. Once it's cured, if you have your good base, as you cured it, it's not going anywhere, then you can wipe it off. Get right back to where you were. That is the fun of gel paint. So when you're using gel paint, by the way, I used acetone to take that off. When you're using gel paints, once they're cured, you're good to go. You can wipe them off with acetone. You know, my nails, obviously I've got stuff all over them. That's how I keep mine clean, is to wipe them off. Okay, so here's the purple we did earlier. It's done. And here's the, those magnets are right. And here's the black that we did. I'm going to flip it over so you can see the red. You can kind of see how that cat eye just kind of popped, whereas it was kind of boring before. Now it actually pops. You can actually see it better. So some of these you're definitely going to need a base coat. I mean, there's just no way around it. Some of them you will not. So I hope that helps some with the tutorials. You can add different colors on top of them also. You can add a purple, add a red. I've got some beautiful silvers over here that are double rhythm silver and double rhythm gold are very, very pretty. I hope that's been some help. And if you have any further questions, feel free to call or holler or email or text. Have a great day.